Have you ever loved someone and still felt alone? Have you ever fought with someone you care about and wondered how two people who meant well could wound each other so deeply? If so, this is for you. Start here. The foundation of every healthy relationship is not romance, chemistry, or endless compromise. It is self-mastery. If you cannot govern your own mind, your fear, your reactivity, you will hand your peace to the first person who knows how to push your buttons. The Stoics understood this. Strength in relationship begins with strength in the self. Ask yourself one question before you speak, before you accuse, before you beg for reassurance. What is mine to control here? If the answer is only your response, your attention, your action, then act there. That small shift, focusing on what you can control, shrinks arguments, ends blame, and returns power to the person who actually deserves it, you. Acceptance is not resignation. Acceptance is seeing someone clearly, flaws, habits, pride, fear, and choosing to respond with purpose rather than panic. Epictetus taught that we suffer because we expect the world to be different. In relationships, that expectation becomes a slow poison. You expect your partner to be your mirror, your critic, your comfort, your meaning. When they fail, you suffer. The Stoic way says, accept people as they are. Let them be human. Love the person you see, not the mask you wish they wore. Boundaries are the practical expression of acceptance plus self-respect. Saying no is not cruelty. Saying no is saying yes to your own integrity. When you hold clear boundaries about time, respect, the tone of conversation, you give the other person a map. Don't confuse closeness with lack of limits. Intimacy without boundaries becomes codependence. Healthy bonds breathe because they are not suffocated. Speak truth, but learn the art of truth that heals. Stoic honesty is never a sword, it is a scalpel. Say what is true, yes, but speak it with care, not contempt. I felt hurt when is stronger than you always. Train your language to carry empathy. In practice, pause, name the feeling, offer one concrete change you need. People can hear requests far more clearly than they can hear accusations. Anger is a red light, not a signal to accelerate. When you feel the heat, pause, breathe. Give yourself 60 seconds before you respond. Seneca said anger is brief madness. Don't let madness speak for you. Practice the small ritual. 3 slow breaths. 2 count in each breath. Then speak. That tiny ritual will save countless apologies later and will teach your partner that you choose clarity over conquest. Gratitude is the glue. It's small, consistent, and boring. Yet it outperforms grand gestures every time. Notice 3 things each day that the other person did that mattered, no matter how tiny. Say them aloud, write them down. Gratitude refocuses attention from what is missing to what is sustained. Over time, it rewires how you perceive the relationship, from scarcity to abundance. Make growth the joint mission. A relationship that survives is one where both people are committed to becoming better, together and separately. Set simple rituals, a weekly check-in, 30 minutes without phones, a shared book once a month. Growth is not dramatic, it's daily. When you partner with someone's evolution instead of policing their failures, you create loyalty that endures far beyond fleeting attraction. Hold space for solitude. This is a Stoic secret many miss. Togetherness without self is dangerous. Preserve habits that are only yours. Journaling, a morning walk, a practice of silence. When you return to the relationship whole, you nourish it. When you rely on the other to fill you, you demand something impossible, and the relationship strains under that demand. Know this: forgiveness is strength, not weakness. Forgiveness does not mean forgetting or excusing abuse. It means you refuse to carry resentment as a constant burden. Forgiveness frees the forgiver more than the forgiven. Practice an exercise. Each night, name one grievance you will not carry into tomorrow and let it go. That discipline keeps your heart uncluttered and your decisions clean. Watch also for subtle traps: complaining disguised as truth, passive aggression disguised as humor, help that actually controls. The Stoics called this seeing causes, not just effects. When you feel drained, ask, whose energy is this? If the relationship consumes far more than it gives, don't ignore that ledger. Justice inside a relationship is mutual. Both must contribute care, honesty, effort. Now, a quick practice. Pause the video, close your eyes for 30 seconds, and ask, what did I demand from someone else that only I could have given myself? If a name or moment comes up, write one line about how you will practice that gift to yourself this week. This simple self-accountability is the hinge that turns suffering into progress. If you found value here, do one thing: like this video and subscribe. Not because you owe me anything, but because when you press that button, you promise yourself to keep learning. Share this with one person who needs to hear it. Small acts spread strength. Communicate with curiosity, not certainty. Replace "you made me feel" with "I noticed this, I felt this, I wonder why it happened." Curiosity opens doors, certainty slams them. When conflict arises, ask more questions than you make statements. Let listening be your first strategy. The first person who tries to be understood is often the last person who successfully argues. Remember, values matter more than chemistry. Attraction fades. Values, kindness, honesty, courage, fidelity do not. Build your relationship on compatible values. Ask the hard question early. What do we want life to look like in 5 years? If your visions misalign drastically, tenderness won't bridge the gulf. Better clarity now than regret later. Rituals anchor love. The Stoics kept rituals to steady their days. Do the same with your bond. A morning message, a weekly walk, a ritual of apology. These small repeats create trust by proving reliability. Humans trust what repeats. Choose rituals that reflect deeper commitments and defend them fiercely. Be generous with praise and specific with correction. Praise lubricates the heart. Correction sharpens behavior. A habit. For every critique, offer 3 specific appreciations. This keeps the relationship currency positive and avoids piling criticisms that break the spirit. Protect your inner narrative. Do not allow gossip, social media, or other people's stories to rewrite who you and your partner are. The Stoics saw reputation as external. It lives in others' minds. Your duty is to hold the story between you two with integrity, not to let the world define it for you. When trust breaks, repair with structure. Forgiveness without new rules is naive. If betrayal occurs, set transparent steps. Accountability, small proofs, time-bound agreements. Trust is rebuilt through consistent, verifiable behavior. Small acts stacked over time. Teach each other how to be loved. People express affection differently. Learn the language your partner uses: service, words, time, gifts, touch. When you translate actions into meaning, you stop misreading love. Ask, how do you feel loved? And then practice that skillfully. Finally, love with courage. It's easy to recite rules. The real test is doing them in the moments that matter. Courage in love is staying when it's hard, leaving when it's right, apologizing when proud, and holding steady when scared. Courage chooses long-term character over short-term comfort. If this Stoic guide changed how you see your relationships, commit to one habit today. Pause before you speak. Name one gratitude tonight. Set a boundary this week. Start small. Start now. If you want more practical Stoic training for relationships, subscribe to Stoic Journal, hit like, and share this with someone who needs a clearer path. Together we'll practice calm, choose well, and build connections that last.